What's up, guys? Wise Al back here again for you guys with yet another episode of this wise talking that we do because we are definitely wise, my friend. I'm just kidding. I'm messing around. Okay, so if you're new, subscribe. If you've already subscribed, tell as many people as you know. All right. Let's get into this really quick. As always, I know you have probably heard something along the lines of what I'm getting ready to say right now, but I don't know. If you keep hearing something over and over and over again from people who've had success, maybe it might be something to consider, right? I want to talk about your perception because I know it's really it's such a vast topic. I know there's no way in the world I'm even gonna put a drop in the bucket with the 7 or 8 9 minutes that my videos usually are. But I just kind of want to scratch the surface a bit, and obviously we're going to do more videos on it. But this is kind of the beginning, simply because it's so important to have the correct perception. And obviously, something happened in my day that sparked this topic. Okay, now I see it happen over and over and over, not even in work related situations. Okay, I mean, I'm just talking about like personal stuff. You'll see it all the time where people have the wrong perception and it totally alters the message completely, 100%. It completely flips the message because, what's that saying? As so above, so below, right? So it's like if you're saying something that's supposed to be positive, they can flip it and make it negative. If you're saying something that's negative, they can flip it and make it positive, right? So it can go either way, is my point. That's why they have the saying, is the glass half empty or half full? It can literally go whichever way you want to take it. It's just dependent upon you, okay? Now, listen, there is a famous biologist, can't think of his name right now, but he is absolutely incredible in terms of breaking it down on a scientific level, in terms of how your perception literally creates your reality. Now, listen to what I just said in the beginning. He's a biologist, right? So the stuff that he's talking about is like it totally goes against, Western medicine. I mean, completely everything that he talks about. He goes against it, but he's like one of the most respected. Like he really, I think he used to teach up at Berkeley, if I'm not mistaken, like one of those, universities and whatnot. But he basically was just, saying that your perception creates your reality, and not only that, your environment dictates your biology. And what he did was he did an experiment with stem cells. He was, like he said, he was tinkering with this stuff before people even knew what the hell stem research even was. He was like one of the pioneers. Okay, and he basically said that he did a test, and he tested three different stem cells that were exactly identical under three different petri dishes, culture mediums, if I'm not mistaken, that's the correct terminology. And he basically, make a long story short, those identical stem cells, they were placed under various different conditions. And believe it or not, even though they were identical stem cells, each stem cell, depending on what conditions, i.e., their environment they were placed under, different organs grew in the freaking petri dish. Okay, so it's kind of insane, right? The fact that you would think, just based on genetics and your DNA, that everything about you is already encoded there and it can't deviate. But his studies literally prove the opposite, that literally the environment you live in or that surrounds you will literally alter your freaking biology, like not even your mindset, like your physical, your physical body. It will literally physically alter you. So once I kind of listen, and I've been following him for a couple of years now, and once I kind of understood that message, I realized how important perception was. And he basically, said that too. And they talk about it a lot. I know this is kind of going way off, the deep end, but I don't care because that's who I am, dude. So if you don't like that, I don't know what to tell you because you're going to definitely get a lot of that. But it just kind of goes along, the lines of quantum physics. They talk about that, quantum mechanics, however you want to call it, right? I actually personally like quantum mechanics because it totally goes against, what we know as far as physics is concerned. It kind of goes against a lot of the laws of physics, but they kind of talk about that there as well too. That an object actually only exists the moment it's observed, meaning that nothing actually really exists until consciousness is applied. Well, what is consciousness? When you think about it, at the highest level, consciousness is literally awareness, your senses. So your senses literally gather in information from your environment, and it computes it, and it sends them, it fires the neurons in your mind, and it literally creates your reality, literally. So if you weren't able to sense things, you in essence wouldn't even exist. You really wouldn't even exist, and the world wouldn't exist. Let's just say you were born without any senses. You literally wouldn't exist. Like, even though you're physically here, like, at the same time, you literally wouldn't exist because you're not conscious. In order to be conscious, you have to have all your sensory there, right? So it's like I'm not an expert with this, but I just kind of have a little bird that comes on my shoulder that just tells me this stuff alongside of actually, watching videos on YouTube of these guys and whatnot. But like, no, man, I'm telling you, it's kind of interesting to come to that realization that literally your perception, like how you perceive things, how you look at things, creates how your life unfolds. Literally. So it's extremely important if you're in business to always have the right perception of things. Even though things may not always go as you plan, but if you can have the ultimate vision of how you want things to be, that's the main thing that you need to consider. That's the main thing that you need to focus on, is the ultimate vision, even if stuff isn't going that way. Okay, you always want to have your mind's eye on that ultimate goal, that ultimate vision, right? Because that is going to create your perception, which ultimately will create your reality. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it right there. You guys don't want to go out too long on one video about this topic, but it's definitely important. And like I said, I'll do more videos on it, but I just kind of wanted to scratch the surface a little bit so you guys can understand, exactly what may be causing things to not go your way in your life. So keep your mind, in the right direction, and always look at the glass as being half full. Okay. All right. So that's it for this one, you guys. Wise Al signing off. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you're not already. If you are already, invite as many people as you think can benefit from the message. Okay. And like I said, if you feel like you got value from the message, boom, hit a like. Boom, drop a comment. All right, and we'll see you there in the chat box, and I'll see you on the next video. Much peace, much love.